Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Behind the Scenes and what we do here at the Historical Society. And if you notice from the one Facebook posting that I did earlier today, basically I am going through what appears to be an old diary. It actually came to us kind of in a mess like this. What's interesting about the diary is that going through some of the entries, this appears to be from 1896 all the way up to 1908. So while we have already accessioned the folder, the next step is that obviously we can't store those documents in this form because it's not really helping to preserve anything. So we have to painstakingly go through and basically put everything into protective acid-free sheets, of course. So that'll be a project that I can't wait until it's finally done. It's part of the huge Sievers collection that we have. And what's interesting about the diary, from going through some of the documents here, is that Isaac Sievers did a really good job of keeping record as far as like the weather pattern. He recorded just about basically everything that was going on as far as weather, and just maybe a sentence or two about what he was doing throughout his day. After we get everything put into plastic pages here, then comes the painstakingly process of trying to organize this. Like I said, some of the entries go back to 1896 all the way up to 1908. And the way he did the diary is kind of interesting. Kind of give you an example here. So for like this month here, he may have done like, I'll just use it as an example, October 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then on the back side, you'll have numbers like 15, 16, 17, 18. And what he did was he went ahead and did his diaries going forward. And then once he was finished with that book, he flipped the diary over and used the back pages. And then he went ahead and went forward again. So, and it looks like that was a pattern that he kept up with for a good part of his life. And that's what's kind of interesting about this collection here. And it's going to be very painstakingly to sort everything out to try to get it to make sure that each day matches up with each year. After we get everything accessioned and with this folder here, the next part is going to be the store. And we want to make sure that we store it in a nice, dry, climate-controlled area, especially in the dark. So with papers and stuff like that, if you notice, I've been handling them with my bare hands. It's okay to handle paperwork like this with bare hands as long as you, I don't hate to sound like our health secretary, but you've been hearing on the news, at least for the last 2 weeks, always wash your hands with hand soap and hot water. Because the last thing you want to do is wearing gloves. You don't want the cotton to snag across these corners that are very delicate. It's a good way of ripping them. Obviously, if you're dealing with photographs, you should use gloves because the acid from the, or the oils rather, from your fingers can leave marks on the photos and stuff. So, well, guys, I know it's some very bad times that are going on out there. I can't wait until we open the facility up to let you guys come on in here, and hopefully you're enjoying some of these videos as well as the photographs of behind the scenes that we're putting up. And in hopes of baseball season, I'm hoping we'll catch a couple games, but I'm wearing my my favorite team colors today. So take care, stay safe, make sure you wash your hands, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks, everyone.